Nobody has ever been able to figure out Trump. They still don't figure. They still can't figure out Trump. They still can't do it. They're talking about this stupid Fox News debate that nobody cares about anymore. They don't know what it is. They can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it. They don't understand. Trump is like nothing anybody has seen. Why do they not understand this? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. It's that simple. Let me explain something to you. Listen to me carefully. And we can analyze this all we want. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. Completely and totally up to you. I understand this completely. Okay. I mentioned the word of this, apotheosis. Apotheosis is the highest point or level in the development of something. This is like the culmination or the climax, the apotheosis. And this is what we're looking at right now with Trump. This is the Trump's apotheosis, the elevation. They continue to dismay the shadow government overlords, and America celebrates this. And it's just it's simple. I don't even know why. When people talk about Taylor Swift, I don't spend time debating why they like Taylor Swift. They just do. And nobody seems to understand that in the case of Donald Trump, he exudes something. And let me tell you one of the things he exudes, this warrior status. Think for yourself, or think to yourself. Name one president in your lifetime that you would call, in essence, a warrior, like a real tough guy. Who would be the who would be the person you would say, this guy don't mess with? Now, there have been people like that I've been thinking of, but for different reasons. For example, people like LBJ. LBJ was a psychopath. LBJ and Mac Wallace and Billy Saul Estes probably killed his own sister, Josepha. Probably. I mean, that guy I would, knowing what I know now, because he was demented. He was demented. LBJ was sick. Well, who else? Nixon? Did Nixon come across to you like, wow? Later on, we found out Nixon was in the White House, crying and drinking a lot. Whatever. Doesn't make you a bad person, I guess. Reagan? Did you think Reagan was tough? Tough? Did you? No. Think about it. Trump is the only person who loves tough. Bring it on. He doesn't bat an eye. Nothing gets me. Never raised his voice. He never loses control. He never does anything. Did you see the number of folks, black folks, who love him? There was a video, a TikTok, where a number of black gentlemen were extolling the virtues of his being an N. He was their N, our N, a word that we cannot say. We can't even say it if we were to kind of jazz it up, southernize it. No, but you know what I mean? They loved it. They said it with affection. They said it that he was a gangster N, their N. He was 100% N. There was a black comedian. His name is, he's one of my favorites. This guy is absolutely great. He is, I got to give you his name. I mean, he is serious. Serious. Oh, here we go. His name is, I'm going to give you his name. Oh, he's good. If I can find it. Oh, I can't find it now. Oh, can't find it now. Okay. Okay. Cannot find it. Nope. Nope. Can't find it. Okay. Well, so much for that. He lost a lot of weight, and he's very, very good, and he's very funny. And dog, I'm going to get this for you. I'm going to get this for you. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. And I cannot find it. All righty. Okay. Anyway, he extols, it's very funny. And it's racial humor, and I love it. I can't say it, but I can appreciate it. I can't say it. I can't repeat the words, or else I'll be castigated. I'll be excoriated. I'll be forever banished. My own Elba. You can say it. We're so stupid. We in this country, we will put the N, put an asterisk, spell the rest of the words, and people will say, I wonder what they meant by that. That's exactly what we're saying. That's where we are now. So anyway, he loves these folks. They love him. People love somebody who is a warrior. That's why they love Mrs. L. They love this. Don't ever forget that. Let me stop for a second right now. Stop. Let me ask you, please. I want you. You must like this video. I beg you. I entreat. I importune. I ask. I beseech. I so respectfully ask that you like this video. Please, for the love of God, like it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams, new videos, and you're going to love this. I'm talking to friends of mine in Florida, and guess what they're saying? Oh, here's a new one for you. Here's a new one for you. Cyclones and no. We've got, who is it? Ethereum, who knows what this, I can't keep track of these things. Anyway, this hurricane is coming. That's not it. Is it a tsunami? No. What is it? Gas pumps don't work. Gas, what? Wow, they don't, because of contaminant. They're contaminated. Don't go to the gas station. What? It could ruin your car. Diesel mixed with regular. Don't go. Isn't that great? No, I'm not suggesting it's not true. But wouldn't that be terrific? It's like, this is terrific. We don't even have to do anything. Just tell people, don't use the gas. Could ruin your car. Who's going to go out and risk it? It's brilliant. I'm not saying they're making it up, but if they did, how brilliant would that be? So what happens? Let me ask you something. When all of a sudden people aren't able to, if truckers don't use, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there. I don't know what to do. People are freaking out because all it takes, remember, humans are like cattle. It takes one cattle just to start running, and they all start running. You don't know why. They just do. I remember years ago when people talked about prepping, they said, you're crazy, you're nuts. Who's laughing now? Preparewithlionel.com. How many, what are you waiting for? What is it? What, a lightning bolt? The clouds open and say, it's okay. You're not crazy. You can buy the food. It's okay. What are you waiting for? Think about what we waste money on. And this is it's coming. There's going to come a day. I don't know how to say this. When you're going to say, the stores aren't open. Why? I don't know. They don't need a reason. I don't know. How are we doing on food? Okay, I guess. Great. Are you good for 90 days? 90 days? You couldn't go a week. Oh, I know what you're going to say. Oh, yes, we can. Really? Okay, you got kids? Great. Knock yourself out. You're the only one, but most people don't. Preparewithlionel.com. $200 off a 3-month emergency food order. I don't know how or what needs to be said. It's like when sometimes people say, you should stop smoking. You don't have to stop doing anything. You just have to think now, put it aside and say, now I did it. I'm ready to go. In case something happens, prepare with Lionel.com. That's it. Risk is a weird, it's very interesting. This is the little bit of psychopathy in us, a little bit of head and heart connection, a little bit of appreciation of consequence. There's a little bit sometimes that people say, I don't. You ever talk to people before? You ever talk to young people say, you really should be, when you get older, well, I got older. No, you really should be doing this now. No, it's okay. Well, I'm just telling you because, this builds up. I love the human condition. I love dealing. I deal with messed up people all day long. You have no idea. I deal in one way or another with people with behavioral problems, with severe. I also deal with children, wimpy children who can't take anything, they flutter and. I was listening to I'm not going to mention names. One is lawyers say, well, I don't understand this law, and I'm a great lawyer, and I'm the best lawyer. Why do you have to do that? They are trying to hose Trump by putting all of his dates together, all of his court dates together, everything together, and they're hitting him with like 8 million pages of whatever. You know what Trump's going to say? I don't need that. I don't need 8 million. Let's go to trial. Now, I know people are going to do this, and I know, I'm going to say something right now. I'm going to say something that I've never said before in my life, and I've always said this. All lawyers are trained to say, don't take the stand. Don't take the stand. Don't take the stand. Don't take the stand. Whatever you do, don't take the stand. Don't take the stand. Don't take the stand. You're going to don't do it. Don't do it. Don't take the stand. You know what I would do this time? I would say, Mr. President, yeah, you have nothing to lose. Take the stand. Take the stand. Take the stand. Please tell them. Let me take you through it. Let's take it. Let's let this jury go through it. Let's do some direct examination. Let's hear some stuff. I'd love to say, state your name for the record. Donald John Trump. Mr. Trump, are you currently employed? No. What was your prior occupation? President of the United States and president of Trump Enterprise. I see. And how long were you president of the United States? 4 years. I see. And during the course of, when did you announce that you were running for president? Well, it was June of 2015. My wife and I came to, my wife, Melania, yes. Is it? And I hope she's there. Is that her in the courtroom? Can't do that. And what happened immediately? Well, immediately, my world, my family, all of us, we came under attack. It started with Carter Page. It started with people listening to us. There was a torrent of every objection overruled. It was a torrent of, Your Honor, we must. You overruled it. Oh, good. Continue. And it was a torrent of this. Mr. Trump, now this is the, Mr. Trump, do you know what racketeering is? Let's assume this is a Georgia one, because that's the most fun. Do you understand what racketeering is? Yes. You familiar with organized crime is? Yes. You know the Gambinos, Lucchese's, the Genovese family, the Colombos, the Lucchese's, the Bonanos, yeah. They say, in fact, this Georgia the DA says that you are in essence running almost tantamount to what accounts to what is a racketeering enterprise. Did you know that? Yes. Did you have a racketeering enterprise? Did you are those people at the table? Let's assume Trump can't sever the defendants. Who is the head of are you the head of the racketeering? No. Would it be Mr. Giuliani? Was he there? No. How about Ms. Ellis? Ms. Powell? Sidney Powell with Miss Powell? No. How about Jenna Ellis? Is she there? Do you know that fellow in the back? No. I have no idea who he is. Have you ever met him before? No. I don't know who he is. He's a member of your do you know that he's alleged to be a member of your racketeering enterprise? You don't know who he is? I don't know who he is. Did you ever meet your racketeering enterprise? No. Did you ever conspire together to form? No. When you picked up the phone and you called up and you talked to the secretary of state and you said, hey, I need another, what did you mean? Now, did you mean I want you to dig up 10,000, whatever it is? I want you to find these, just make them up, kind of like other people could. You know those other stories where they would drive up in the middle of the night and drop off ballots. You're not talking about that, are you? Can we see that, by the way? This is a scene from a movie called 2,000 Mules, or what was that thing called? Or 12,000 Mules, or 2,000 Mules. This is Dinesh D'Souza's movie. See this one scene right here? This is a man who's dropping off. He's dropping off. You weren't doing that, were you? No. Well, what did you mean by that? What did you mean? Yeah. Well, they're saying that you meant, Mr. President Trump. You don't mind me calling you President Trump because a president. I think that's an honor, not an honorific, but that is an honor that few people will ever have, and I think it's something that we can discuss. But did you ever? They're telling you. They are telling you, and you're here because you were a part of something where you wanted also to somehow cheat people. I don't know what it is. Mr. Trump, or President Trump, what was it that made you think that somehow your election wasn't on the up and up? What was the reason for this? Objection. Excuse me, with all due respect, it's important for him to explain why he thought his election was unfair. That's why we're here. It shows reasonability, part of the corruption. Overruled. Why did you think, President Trump, please answer the question. Why did you think your election was not on the up and up? Why? What did you think? And then, during the course of this, you can have all kinds of great stuff, like, for example, other experts, historians, experts. Did you ever hear of anybody contesting an election? Yes. Hillary Clinton did it. Okay, fine. But putting all that aside, you do recognize the fact that people say, you know about this guy? I love him. And you know who loves Trump the most? People from other parts of the world. Around the world, they recognize this. They appreciate that. You know it. I was listening to something the other day. I don't want to mention their name, but they're pretty good. I guess they're pretty good. It's this kind of a news show. Young people, young lady in particular. Oh, she says like. I don't know. I would say you're never going to be treated seriously if you say like all the time. You sound like a kid. Stop saying like every 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes, how about 5 seconds? Stop doing that. Stop saying like. It means a lot to us if you stop saying like. Okay? Okay. Now, they were saying, and this kills me, they were actually saying, you ready for this? They were actually saying that here's a new one. They were actually saying that Trump's poll numbers may have gone down a little bit since he didn't appear for the Fox debate. I don't even want to laugh. Do you know today in history, Charles and Diana divorced? Here's a new story. Trump vows to appeal March 4th trial date for federal elections case. Well, okay, good. When you say vows to appeal, just appeal. There's no need to vow. You don't need to vow. Here's something I want to share with you. This is the most stupid thing. This is from Epic Times or Epoch, depending on where you're from. This is Nanette Holt. She is the body language expert. What did I tell you about body language? Listen to this. From Epic Times. Former, is this paid for? Is she paying for that? No, this is an actual story. Oh my God. Former President Donald Trump's expression as he glared into the camera that he was taking his well-publicized mugshot likely represented more than just a pose devised for use on campaign merchandise, as many have suggested. According to a body language expert, not only is she a body language expert, she can tell what he intends to do. She's a mind reader. The position of the muscles on his forehead, around his mouth and his eyes, showed he was on the cusp of rage, according to Susan Constantine, author of The Complete Idiot's Guide to Reading Body Language. Well, that's the right title. Ms. Constantine spoke with the Epic Times about what Mr. Trump's expression showed, about other clues that she detected during his interview with Tucker Carlson. She also admitted that. I can't believe that Epic Times, which was so good. Why don't you have somebody read the astrological sign? Well, he's feces rising with it. Stop investigating. Stop looking at that stupid mugshot. What does it matter? They love it. It's done. It doesn't matter. What do you have 10 stories? We have to do 20 stories a day, and I gotta have one more. Call the body language expert. Is the phrenologist available? How about somebody who can we read the entrails of the beast? Can we augur the future? Dear God, is there any? May I ask you something? Is there any one here who has not come to the identical conclusion that I have, that the news media have literally no earthly idea as to what's happening? Now, there's a story too. Did you see this one today? This was pretty good. This was pretty good. This is New York Post. Look at this. Family of 4, including boy and girl, found stabbed to death in Upper West Side apartment. Cops probe murder suicide. Here we go. New York City Good Samaritan beaten with a baseball bat while trying to stop attacker from abusing dog. Isn't that nice? Mystery solved. Ready for this? We now know who was buying up $1 billion worth of land near California military base. It's a whole group of tech folks. Did you know that one? Oh, Amazon CEO warns. Oh, look at this. Warns remote workers is probably not going to work out for you. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy told company employees who defy his edict to return to the office for at least 3 days a week that it's probably not going to work out for you. Jassy made the comments during a meeting earlier this month, during which he expressed frustration over the fact that some employees were not taking the return to office policy mandate seriously. If you don't show up to your job, get out. You know how many people who would like to work? A whole bunch. See where Joe the plumber died? Very sad. 49 years old. Joe the plumber. Never understood what he did exactly. Joe the plumber. He just sort of, he met with Obama and that was it. Have you also noticed this thing too? Maybe you can help me. There's this new thing where they're saying, I'm a flight attendant. And here's 4 things I wouldn't do on a plane. Have you noticed this? It's the biggest thing now. I'm an ex-flight attendant. I'm a current flight attendant. Here's something you shouldn't do on a plane. Don't walk barefoot on a plane. Barefoot on a plane? Yeah, don't do that. Don't drink the hot water. Don't sit next to the left. I mean, just like, where did this come from? It's everywhere. Do you hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? Okay, look at this one. Some other good stuff here. Oh, look at this. This is the editorial from the New York Post. How bad is this? Polls confirm in the Biden-Trump race, voters will choose who they hate most. Should be whom they hate most. There's no news. There's nothing. There is absolutely no news worth watching. I want to get back to what I was saying initially. This is why okay, fine. and I look the other way and I don't pay attention and I say, all right, that's good. We'll wait until next time when something else happens. I'm going to say something to you and I'm going to say it again. And it's very, very simple. These people suck at their job. The wrong people are doing a lot of things. They have no idea of what's going on in terms of what's really, newsy, so to speak. All right, that's fine. Number 2, Donald Trump defies every single thing you can imagine when it comes to politics. Everything. Whatever you thought before, just throw it away. Everything he does. His numbers go up. They're supposed to go down. They put the mugshot out. Numbers go up. Donald Trump one day will not even have to have a rally. He'll say, I'd love to be able to do it, but here I am. He'll be at the courthouse during a recess. He'll be on a phone. Well, I'd love to be here, but they even have me show up for an arraignment. Do you know, for the most part, most of the time, many, many jurisdictions, you can waive the arraignment. The arraignment, or as one client of mine called it, an arrangement. The arraignment is a formal reading of the indictment or the information or the charges or the affidavit or the charging instrument, and you're entering a plea. In the old days, people would say, what am I charged with? Now we know what you're charged with. It's a formal process. How do you plead? A lot of times you can say, enter a plea of not guilty. Have your lawyer come in. It's pro forma. What do we need Trump to walk in and say, not guilty? Fine. They're stretching this out. They want to break him. They want to break him. This is like Cool Hand Luke. This is whatever. This is what this is. And eventually he can be outside the courthouse looking at his phone and saying, I'd love to be with you, my friends, but I can't because I'm here. And they're charging me with 4 because I challenged not my election, our election. And they are thinking, by virtue of this, that you're not going to vote for me or like me or want me because of the fact that I'm doing such and such. That's what they think. That's where they are right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you understand this? This is what they're doing to me. And they're trying to break me. But listen to me. They can't. Because let me tell you something. I was president. And the responsibility that I have and what I've been through and the decisions that I've made, which you will never know about, make this look like nothing. Because I controlled the lives of 350 million Americans, plus people of the world, and military, and war, and life, and death. And I've done this before. And you know what's even stranger? I want to do that again. Because I was never more honored than when I represented you and my country. People will go crazy. People will go crazy. And people love him. So that's why you've got to understand. You can't watch the regular news because they're going to do everything in their power to show you that it doesn't matter. In any event, dear friends, we have said this. I have said this. I think it's very, very clear. Let me ask you, of course, to please follow me on Twitter. I keep calling it Twitter. To me, it's Twitter. I'm sorry. Please, I'm asking you to subscribe, which is very important. Please like this video and subscribe as well. Please make sure you hit the YouTube notification bell to be notified of live streams and the like. Also, go to lionelmedia.com to subscribe to my uncensored and culturally inappropriate private channel. I thank you for that. And also follow Lynn's Warriors. There she is on X and Twitter. Same thing. At Lynn's_Warriors and YouTube at Lynn's Warriors. And my friends, let me tell you something again. I'm going to say this again to you because I've never felt more passionate about this. I've never felt more obvious. I don't know what is happening. I don't know who's doing. I don't know who's in charge of the weather, I don't know anything. I don't understand this. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. But I do know one thing. People love to go crazy. And the news media, whenever there's a problem, they love to show empty shelves. That's why preparewithlionel.com for a 3-month emergency food supply, because the media go and they say, look, empty shelves. We're standing outside of a Piggly Wiggly, of an Acme, of a whatever it is, of a Jewel, of a Publix, of a Winn-Dixie, of an Acme, of whatever it is, out of a Sam's Club, out of a Costco. Look at the lines. Look at the cars going for miles because they're out of products. Let's talk to somebody right now. I came here for an hour. They couldn't even find water. Oh my God. That's what they do. And then that just compounds the problem. And then you're going to say, why didn't I go to preparewithlionel.com for emergency food? Enough said. All right, dear friends. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great and a glorious day. Thank you so much for your support and your connection. I appreciate this. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And don't forget, until then, remember these words: a monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.